thank you for joining us tonight. Many of you for the second or third or even fourth time, thank you so much. This is our last show, and we are so excited to get to perform again. We love performing, it gives us an adrenaline rush, and we really love this story and these characters. So we're really excited to bring them to life for you guys one last time before we end this show. Woo! Yeah, that's right. Woo! A couple things before we start. Make sure that if you have a phone, you've got it silenced. Don't want any awkward ringing sounds. And then also, if you're going to take pictures, which we welcome you to do, take pictures, videos, please make sure that your flash is off. Flash is very distracting and can throw actors off. So make sure that that's off. Next, you probably saw as you were coming in, we have a dessert auction going on tonight. We have some luscious desserts out there. My mouth was watering, setting it all up. So please, please, please bid on those. All of that money is going to go towards the drama program. We are a self-sustaining program pretty much entirely. So this is a really big fundraiser for us. So if you like what you see, if you like what these kids are doing, which I know you will, that's a great way to support us if you feel so inclined. Also, we have a raffle tonight. Raffle tickets are $5. We have so many cool things on the table tonight, donated from local businesses and artists. We've got, among many other things, a pair of earrings from Ashley Lore, some of her beautiful enamel earrings with ferns on them. They're so gorgeous. I asked my husband to put in a ticket for me. And then we also have a 1-hour coupon for a tax consultation with Aphrodite Accounting here in town. 'Tis the season, so might be a nice thing to cash in on. We've got a bundle of kitty supplies from the Waterways Vet Clinic and a number of other things. Some artwork and some goodies. We've got some freeze-dried candy out there, so please, that's another thing. If you guys feel so inclined, support us with your raffle tickets. And I guess last but not least, please feel free to laugh, cry, cheer, whoop, boo. We've had some booing today. All good, like at villains and bad parts, so that's good. But please feel free to do so. It really, it enhances the experience for us, and that's how theater should be experienced. You guys are an important part of it. So, yeah, I think that's all from me. There will be a 15-minute intermission in between our two halves. So during that time, you can go out, make last bids, put in some raffle tickets, use the bathroom, get some water, and then we'll be starting back up after those 15 minutes are ended. That is all, folks. Enjoy the show.
I find in this letter that Don Pedro of Aragon comes this night to Messina.
He is very nearby this. He was not 3 weeks off when I left him.
How many men have you lost in this action?
But few of any sort, and of name.
A victory is twice itself when the achiever brings home full numbers. I find here that Don Pedro hath bestowed much honor on a young Florentine called Claudio.
Much deserved on his part, and equally remembered by Don Pedro. He hath borne so beyond the promise of his age, doing in the figure of a lamb the feats of a lion. He hath indeed bettered expectation he must expect me to tell you how.
He hath an uncle here in Messina will be very much glad of it.
I pray you, is Signor Maltanto returned from the wars or no?
I know none of that name, lady.
Who is he that you ask for, niece?
My cousin means Signor Benedict Padua.
Oh, he's returned, and as pleasant as ever he was.
I pray you, how many men has he killed and eaten in these wars? But how many has he killed? For I promise to eat all of his killings.
He hath done good service, lady, in these wars.
You had musty victual, and he has hoped to eat it, for he's a very valiant treacherman, and has an excellent stomach.
And a good soldier too, lady.
Good soldier to a lady, but what is he to a lord?
A lord to a lord, a man to a man, stuffed with all honorable virtues. virtues.
He is nothing but a stuffed man. And for the stuffing, well, we're all mortal.
You must not, sir, mistake my niece. There's a sort of merry war between Signor Benedict and her. They never meet, but there's a skirmish of wit between them.
Alas, he gets nothing by it. In our last conflict, 4 of his 5 wits went halting off, and now it's the whole man governed by one. But I pray you, who is his companion now? He has every month a new sworn brother. He wears his face, but is the fashion of his hat, ever changing with the next flock.
I see, lady. The gentleman is not in your books.
No, and if he were, I would burn my study. But I pray you, who is his companion? Is there no young squire that will make the journey with him to the devil?
He is most in the company of the right noble Claudio.
God, he will hang upon him like a disease. He's quicker caught than the pestilence. The taker runs presently mad. God help the noble Claudio, for if he has caught Benedict, it will cost him 1,000 pounds ere he be cured.
I will hold friends with you, lady.
Do, good friend.
You'll never run mad, niece.
No, not till a hot January.
Don Pedro is approached.
Ah, good Signor Leonardo. Are you come to meet your trouble? The fashion of the world is to avoid costed. You encounter it.
Never came trouble to my house in the likeness of your grace, for trouble being gone, only comfort should remain. But when you depart from me, sorrow abides and happiness takes his leave.
You embrace your charge too willingly. I think this is your daughter?
Her mother hath many times told me so.
Were you in doubt, sir, that you asked her?
No, Signor Benedict, for them were you a child.
You have it full, Benedict. We may guess by this what you are, being a man. Truly the lady fathers herself. Be happy, lady, for you are like an honorable father.
She would not have his head on her shoulders for all Messina, as like him as she is.
I wonder that you will still be speaking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
What, my dear Lady Disdain, are you yet living?
Is it possible that Disdain should die if she has met such food to feed it as Signor Benedict? Courtesy itself must turn to disdain if she has come in your presence.
Then it's courtesy a turncoat, but it is certain I am loved of all ladies, only you accepted. And I would I could find in my heart that I had not a hard heart, for truly I love none.
A dear happiness to women. They otherwise would have been faced with a pernicious suitor. I thank God in my cold blood I am of your humor for that. For I'd rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
God keep your ladyship still in that mind, so some gentleman or other shall escape a predestinate scratched face.
Scratching could not make it worse if it was such a face as yours were.
You're a rare parrot teacher.
Well, a bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
I would my horse had the speed of your tongue and so good a continuer. But in God's name, your will I have done.
You always end with a jade's trick. I know you of old.
That is some of all, Leonardo. Signor Claudio and Signor Benedict, my dear friend Leonardo hath invited you all. I tell him we shall stay here at the least a month, and he heartily prays some occasion may detain us longer. I dare swear he is no hypocrite, but prays from his heart.
If you swear, my lord, you shall not be forsworn. Let me bid you welcome, my lord. Being reconciled to the prince, your brother, I owe you all duty.
I thank you. I'm not of many words, but I thank you.
Please it your grace, lead on.
Your hand, Leonardo. We will go together.
Signor Benedict, didst thou note the daughter of Signor Leonardo?
I noted her not, but I looked on her.
Is she not a modest young lady?
Would you have me speak after my custom? Do you question me as an honest man should do, for my simple true judgment?
No, I pray thee, speak in sober judgment.
Only this commendation I can afford her, that were she other than she is, she were unhandsome. And, being no other but as she is, I do not like her.
Thou thinkest I'm in sport. I pray thee tell me truly how thou likest her.
Would you buy her than to inquire after her?
Can the world buy such a jewel?
Yea, and a case to put it into. But speak you this with a sad brow. Come, in what key shall a man take you to go in the song?
Mine eye, she's the sweetest lady that ever I looked on.
I can see yet without spectacles, and I see no such matter. There's her cousin, and she were possessed with a fury, exceeds her as much in beauty as the 1st of May doth the last of December. But you've no intend to turn husband, have you?
I would scarce trust myself, though I had sworn the contrary, if Hero would be my wife.
Is't come to this. Shall I never see a bachelor of 80 again? Go to with faith, and thou wilt needs thrust thy neck into a yoke. Wear the print of it and sigh away Sundays. Look, here comes Don Pedro to seek you.
What secret hath held you here that you followed not to Leonardo's?
Would your grace would constrain me to tell.
I charge thee on thy allegiance.
You hear, Count Claudio, I can be as secret as a dumb man. I would have you think so, but on my allegiance, mark you this, on my allegiance, he is in love. With who? Now that is your grace's part. Mark how short his answer is. With Hero, Leonardo's short daughter.
If this were so, so it were uttered.
Amen if you love her, for the lady is very well worthy.
You speak this to fetch me in, my lord.
Upon my troth, I speak my thoughts.
And in faith, my lord, I spoke mine.
But my 2 faiths and troths, my lord, I spoke mine.
That I love her, I feel.
That she is worthy, I know.
That I neither feel how she should be loved, nor know how she is worthy, is the opinion that fire cannot melt out of me. I will die in it at the stake.
Thou wast ever an obstinate heretic in the despite of beauty.
And never could maintain his part but in the force of his will.
That a woman conceived me, I thank her. That she brought me up, I likewise give her most humble thanks. But that I shall have a recheat winded in my forehead, or hang my bugle in an invisible baldric, all women shall pardon me. No, since I will not do any the wrong to mistrust any, I shall do myself the right to trust none. And the fine is, for the which I may go the finer, I shall live a bachelor.
I shall see thee, ere I die, look pale with love.
With anger, with sickness, or with hunger, my lord, not with love.
Well, if ever thou dost fall from this faith, thou wilt prove a notable argument. In time the savage bull doth bear the yoke.
The savage bull may, but if ever the sensible Benedict bear it, pluck off the bull's horns, set them in my forehead, let me be vilely painted, and in such great words as they write, here is good horse to hire, let them signify under my sign, here you may see Benedict, the married man.
Nay, if Cupid have not spent all his quiver in Venice, thou wilt quake for this shortly.
I look for an earthquake too then.
Well, you will temporize with the hours. In the meantime, good Signor Benedict, prepare to Leonardo's. Commend me to him and tell him I will not fail him at supper, for indeed he hath made great preparation.
I have nearly matter enough in me for such an embassage, and so I commit you.
To the tuition of God, from my house, if I had it.
The 6th of July, your loving friend Benedict.
Nay, mock not, mock not. Examine your conscience. And so I leave you.
My liege, your highness may now do me good.
My love is thine to teach, and teach it but how, and thou shalt see how good it is to learn any hard lesson that may do thee good.
Hath Leonardo any son, my lord?
No child but Hero. She's his only heir. Dost thou affect her, Claudio?
Oh, my lord, when you went onward on this ended action, I looked upon her with a soldier's eye, that liked, but had a rougher task in hand than to drive liking to the name of love. But now I am returned, and that war thoughts have left their places vacant, in their rooms come thronging soft and delicate desires, all prompting me how fair young Hero is, saying I liked her ere I went to wars.
Thou wilt be like a lover presently, and tire the hero was a book of words. If thou dost love fair Hero, cherish it, and I will break with her, and with her father, and thou shalt have her. Was not to this end that thou beganest to twist so fine a story?
How sweetly you do minister to love, that no love's brief by his complexion. But, lest my liking too sudden seem, I would have stopped it with a longer treatise.
What need the bridge much broader than the flood? I know we shall have revelling tonight. I will assume thy part in some disguise, and tell fair Hero I am Claudio, and in her bosom I'll unclasp my heart, and take her hearing prisoner with the force and strong encounter of my amorous tale. Then after to her father will I break, and the conclusion is, she shall be thine. In practice, let us put it presently.
How now, brother? Where is my cousin, your son? Hath he provided this music?
He is very busy about it. But, brother, I can tell you strange news that you yet dreamt not of.
Are they good?
show well outward. The prince and Count Claudio, walking in a thick-pleatured alley in thine orchard, were thus much overheard by a man of mine. The prince discovered to Claudio that he loved my niece, your daughter, and meant to acknowledge the fact tonight in a dance, and if he found her accordant, meant to take the present time by the top and instantly break you with of it.
Hath the fellow any wit that told you of this?
A good sharp fellow. I will send for him and question from yourself.
No, we'll hold it as a dream till it appears. But I'll acquaint my daughter with all, that she may be better prepared for an answer. If, peradventure, this be true, go you and tell her of it.
What's a good year, my lord? Why are you thus out of measure sad?
There's no measure in the occasion that breeds, therefore the sadness is without limit.
You should hear reason.
And when I've heard it, what blessing brings it?
If not a present remedy, at least a patient sufferance.
I wonder that thou, being as thou sayest thou art, born under Saturn, goest about to apply a moral medicine to a mortifying mischief. I cannot hide what I am. I must be sad when I have cause and smile at no man's jests. Eat when I've stomach and wait for no man's leisure. Sleep when I'm drowsy and tend on no man's business. Laugh when I am merry and clod no man in his humor.
Yea, but you must not make full show of it till you may do it without controlment. You have of late stood out against your brother, and he hath taken you newly into his grace, where it is impossible you should take true root, but by the fair weather you make yourself. It is needful you frame the season for your own harvest.
I had rather be a canker in a hedge than a rose in his grace. It better fits my blood to be disdained of all than to fashion a carriage to rob love from any. In this, though, I cannot be said to be a flattering, honest man. It must not be denied, but I am a plain-dealing villain. If I had my mouth, I would bite. If I had my liberty, I would do my liking. In the meantime, let me be that I am, and seek not to alter me.
Can you make no use of your discontent?
I make all use of it, for I use it only. Who comes here? What news, Baraccio?
I come yonder from a great supper. The prince, your brother, is royally entertained by Leonardo, and I can give intelligence of an intended marriage.
Will it serve for any model to build mischief on? Who is he for a fool that betroths himself to unquietness?
Mary, it is your brother's right hand.
Who? The most exquisite Claudio.
Yea, even he.
A proper squire. And who, which way looks he?
Mary, on Hero, the daughter and heir to Leonardo.
A very forward march chick. Come, let us thither. This may prove food to my displeasure. That young startup hath all the glory of my overthrow. If I can cross him anyway, I bless myself everywhere. You're both sure and will assist me?
The death, my lord.
Let us to the great supper. Their cheers the greater I'm subdued. Would the cook were on my mind. Shall we go prove what's to be done?
We will wait upon your lordship.
Ooh.
Was not Count John here at supper?
I saw him not.
How tardily that gentleman looks. I never can see him, for I'm heartburned an hour after.
He is of a very melancholy disposition.
He were an excellent man, made just in the midway between him and Benedick. One is too like an image and says nothing, and the other is too like my lady's eldest son, ever so tattling.
By my troth, niece, thou wilt never get thee a husband if thou be so shrewd of thy tongue.
In faith, she's too cursed.
Too cursed is more than cursed. I shall lessen God's sendings that way. For God sends a cow cursed, short horns, and a cow too cursed he sends none.
So by being too cursed, God will send you no horns.
Just as if he sends me no husband, for which blessing I am at him upon my knees every morning and evening. Lord, I cannot endure a husband with a beard on his face. I'd rather lie in the woolen.
You may let on a husband that hath no beard.
Then what should I do with him? Dress him up in my apparel and make him my waiting gentlewoman? He that hath a beard is more than a youth, and he that hath no beard is less than a man. And he who is more than a youth is not for me, and he who is less than a man, I am not for him. Therefore, I may even take a sixpence of the beard and lead his apes into hell.
Well then, go you into hell.
No, but to the gates, and there will the devil greet me like an old cuckold with horns on his head and say, "Get you to heaven, Beatrice, get you to heaven. Here's no place for you maids." And so deliver I up my apes, and away to the heavens with St. Peter. He shows me where the bachelors sit, and there live we as merry as the day is long.
Well, niece, I trust you will be ruled by your father.
It is my cousin's duty to make a curtsy and say, "Father, as it may please you." But for all that, let him be a handsome fellow. Otherwise, make another curtsy and say, "Father, as it may please me."
Daughter, remember what I told you. If the prince does solicit you in this kind, you know your answer.
If you not be wooing in time, and if the prince be too important, tell him that there's measure in everything. For hear me, hero, wedding, wooing, and repenting is as a Scotch jig, a measure, and a sing pace. First sweet is hot and hasty like a Scotch jig, as full as fantastical. Then comes the wedding, which is modest and measurely, like a measure. And then comes repentance, but with his bad legs falls faster and faster into the sing pace until he sinks into his grave.
Well, niece, I hope to see you one day fitted with a husband.
No, not till God make men out of some other metal than earth. Would it not grieve a woman to be overmastered by a piece of valiant dust? No, uncle, I'll none. Plus, Adam's sons are my brethren, and I find it a sin to match my kindred.
You apprehend passing shrewdly.
I have a good eye, uncle. I could see a church by daylight.
The revelers are entering, brother. Make good room.
Lady, will you walk about with your friend? So you walk softly and look sweetly and say nothing.
I'm yours for the walk, and especially when I walk away.
With me in your company?
I may say so when I please.
And when will you say so?
When you have won my favor, for God to send the lute to be like the case.
Speak love, you speak love.
Well, I would you did like me.
So would not I, for your own sake, for I have many ill qualities.
Which is what?
I say my prayers aloud.
I love you the better. The hearers may cry amen.
God match me with a good dancer.
Amen.
And God will come out of my sight when the dance is done. Yes, sir, clerk.
The clerk is answered.
I know you well enough, so you are Senior Antonia. Heaven word, I'm not. I know you by the waggling of your head. To tell you true, I counterfeit you. You can never do him so ill well unless you're the very man. Here, kiss my hands, up and down. You are he, you are he.
Will you not tell me who told you so?
Not now.
Nor will you tell me who you are?
No, you shall pardon me.
Why, that I got my good wit out of the 100 merry tales. It was Signor Benedict that said so.
What's he?
Why, he's the prince's jester, a very dull fool. Well, he is gifted in devising impossible slanders. Sure, he's in the fleet. I would he had boarded me.
When I know the gentleman, I'll tell him what you say.
Do, but he'll break out a comparison or two on me, which we invented not mocked or laughed at, will send him into a melancholy. We must follow the leaders.
In every good thing.
Hero, and hath withdrawn her father to break with him about it. The ladies follow her, and but one visor remains.
And it is Claudio. I know him by his bearing.
Are you not Signor Benedict?
You know me well. I do.
Signor, you are very near my brother in his love. He is enamored on Hero. I pray you dissuade him from her. She is no equal for his birth. You may do the part of an honest man in it.
How know you he loves her?
I heard him swear his affection.
So did I too, and he swore he would marry her tonight.
Come, let us to the banquet.
Thus answer I in name of Benedict. Hear these ill news with the ears of Claudio. Certain so, the Prince woos for himself. Friendship is constant in all other things, save in the office and affairs of love. Therefore, all hearts in love must use their own tongues. Let every eye negotiate for itself, and trust no agent. For beauty is a witch, against whose charms faith melteth into blood. This is an accident of hourly proof, which I mistrusted not. Farewell, therefore, hero.
Count Claudio.
Yea, say,
Come, will you go with me?
whither?
Even to the next willow. About your own business, County. What fashion will you wear the garland, though? About your neck like a usurer's chain, or under your arm like a lieutenant's scarf? You must wear it one way, for the prince hath got your hero.
I wish him joy of her.
Why, that's spoken like an honest drover. And so they sell bullocks. But did you think the prince would have served you thus?
I pray you, leave me.
How? Now you strike like the blind man. 'Twas the boy who stole your meat, and you'll beat the post.
If it will not be, I'll leave you.
Alas, poor hurt fowl, now will he creep into sedges. But that my lady Beatrice should know me and not know me. The prince's fool, huh? Maybe I go under that title because I am married. Yea, but so I am apt to do myself wrong. I'm not so reputed. It is the base, so bitter disposition of Beatrice that puts the world into her person and so gives me out. Well, I'll be revenged as I may.
Now, Signor, where's the Count? Did you see him?
Troth, my lord, I found him here as melancholy as a lodge in a warren. I told him, and I think I told him true, that your grace had got the goodwill of this lady, and I offered him my company to a willow tree, either to bind him up a rod or a garland, as being forsaken, and the rod as being worthy to be whipped.
To be whipped? What's his fault?
The flat transgression of a schoolboy who, being overjoyed with finding a bird's nest, shows it his companion, and he steals it.
Wilt thou make a trust of transgression? The transgression is in the stealer.
Yet it had not been amiss. The rod had been made, and the garland too. The garland which he may have worn himself, but the rod which he may have bestowed upon you, who, as I take it, have stolen his bird's nest.
I will but teach them to sing and restore them to the owner.
If their singing answer your saying, by my faith you speak honestly.
The lady Beatrice hath a quarrel to you. The gentleman that dances her told her she is much wronged by you.
Oh, she misused me beyond the endurance of a block. She told me, not thinking I had been myself, that I was the prince's jester, that I was duller than a great thaw, huddling jest upon jest with such impossible conveyance upon me, that I stood like a man in a mark with a whole army shooting at me. She speaks poniards, and every word stabs. If her terminations were as terrible as her breath, there'd be none living near her. She'd infect to the North Star.
Look, here she comes.
Your grace command me any service to the world's end. I will go on the slightest journey to the Antipodes you could devise to send me on. Do thee any homicide to the pygmies? Fetch thee a toothpicker from the farthest inch of Asia, rather than hold 3 words conference with this harpy! You have no employment for me?
None but to desire your good company.
God, sir, this is a dish I love not. I cannot endure my lady tongue!
Come, lady, come. You have lost the heart of Signor Benedict.
Aye, my lord. He lent it to me a while ago. I gave him use for it. Double heart for my single one. Married, once before he wanted to be with false dice. Therefore your lordship may as well say I have lost it.
You have put him down, lady. You have put him down.
So I would not he should do me, my lord, lest I prove the mother of fools. I block Count Claudio, whom you sent me to seek.
Why, how now, Count? Wherefore are you sad?
Not sad, my lord.
How's it? Sick?
Neither, my lord.
Here, Claudio. I have wounded thy name, and fair hero is won. I have broke with her father, and his goodwill obtained. Name the day of marriage, and God give thee joy.
Count, take me my daughter, with her my fortunes. His grace hath made the match, and all graces say amen to it.
Speak, Count, 'tis your cue.
Silence is the perfectest herald of joy. I were but little happy if I could say how much. Lady, as you are mine, I am yours. I give away myself for you, and dote upon the exchange.
Speak, cousin, or if you cannot, stop his mouth with a kiss and let him not speak either.
In faith, lady, you have a merry heart.
Aye, my lord, I thank it. Poor fool likes to keep on the windy side of care. Look, my cousin tells him in his ear that he is in her heart.
And so she doth, cousin.
Good Lord for alliance! Thus goes everyone to the world but I, and I am sunburnt. I may sit in the corner and cry, hi-ho, for a husband.
Lady Beatrice, I will get you one.
I'd rather have one of your father's gettings. Is your brother near a brother like you? Your father's got excellent husbands, if a maid could come by them.
Will you have me, lady?
No! Unless I can have another one for working days. Your grace is too costly to wear every day. Pardon me, I was born to speak all mirth, no matter.
Your silence must offend me as to be married best becomes you, for out of question you were born in a merry hour.
Aye, my lord, my mother cried, but then a star danced, and under it was I born. Cousins! God give you joy.
Niece, will you see to these things we spoke on?
I cry you mercy, uncle, by your grace's pardon.
On my troth, a pleasant-spirited lady.
Indeed, there's little of the melancholy element in her, my lord. She's never sad, save but when she is sleeping, and not even then so, for my daughter hath told me she's often dreamt of unhappiness and waked herself with laughing.
She cannot endure to hear tell of a husband.
Oh, by no means. She mocks all her wooers off suit.
She were an excellent wife for Benedict.
Oh, Lord, my lord, were they but a week married, they'd talk themselves mad.
County Claudio, what means you to go to church?
Tomorrow, my lord. Time goes on crutches to love have all his rights.
Not till Monday, my dear son. Hence just the seventh night, still a time too short to bring to light all things in my mind.
Come, you shake the head at so long of breathing, but I warrant thee, Claudio, time shall not go dully by. I will in the interim undertake one of Hercules' labors, which is to bring Signor Benedict and the Lady Beatrice into a marriage of affection, the one with the other. I would fain have it a match, and I doubt not but to fashion it, if you three will but minister such assistance as I shall give you direction.
My lord, I am for you, though it cost me 10 nights watching.
And I, my lord.
And you too, gentle hero?
I will do any modest office, my lord, to help my cousin to a good husband.
And Benedict is not that helpless husband that I know. Thus far can I praise him. He is of a noble strain, of proved valor and confirmed honesty. I will teach you how to humor your cousin that she shall fall in love with Benedict. And I, with your two helps, will so practice on Benedict that, in despite of his quick wit and greedy stomach, he shall fall in love with Beatrice. If we can do this, Cupid is no longer an archer. His glory shall be ours, for we are the only love gods. Go in with me, and I will tell you my drift.
It is so. The Count Claudio shall marry the daughter of Leonardo.
Yea, my lord, but I can cross it.
Any bar, any cross, any impediment will be medicinable to me. I am sick in displeasure to him, and whatsoever comes athwart his affection ranges evenly with mine. How canst thou cross this marriage?
Not honestly, my lord, but so covertly that no dishonesty shall appear.
Show me briefly how.
I think I told your lordship the year since how much I am in the favor of Margaret, the waiting gentlewoman to Hero.
I remember.
I can, at any unreasonable instant of the night, appoint her to look out at her lady's chamber window.
What light is in that to be the death of this marriage?
The poison of that lies with you to temper. Go you to the prince your brother. Spare not to tell him that he has wronged his honor in marrying the renowned Claudio, whose estimation you mightily hold up to a contaminated stale. Such a one as Hero.
What proof shall I make of that?
Proof enough to misuse the prince, to vex Claudio, to undo Hero, and to kill Leonardo. Look you for any other issues.
Only to despite them, I will endeavor anything.
Go then. Find me a neat hour to draw Don Pedro and the Count Claudio alone. Tell them that you know that Hero loves me. They will scarcely believe this without trial. Offer them instances that bear no less likelihood than to see me at Hero's chamber window, hear me term Margaret Hero, hear Margaret term me Claudio, and bring them to see this the very night before the intended wedding. For in the meantime, I will so fashion the matter that Hero shall be absent, and there shall appear such seeming truth of Hero's disloyalty that jealousy shall be called assurance, and all preparations overthrown.
Grow this to what adverse issue it can, I will put it in practice. Be cunning in the working this, and thy fees 1,000 ducats.
Be constant in your accusation, and my cunning shall not shame me.
I will go presently learn their day of marriage.
Much wonder that one man, seeing how much another man is a fool when he dedicates his behaviors to love, will, after he hath laughed at such shallow follies in others, become the argument of his own scorn by falling in love. And such a man is Claudio. I have known when he would have walked 10 miles afoot to see a good armor, and now is he lying 10 nights awake to carve the fashion of a new doublet. He was one to speak plain and to the purpose, like an honest man and a soldier, and now as he turns to orthography, his words are a very fantastical banquet, just so many strange dishes. Shall I too be converted and see with these eyes? I cannot tell. I think not. I will not be sworn, but love may transform me to an oyster. But I'll take my oath on it. Till he hath made me an oyster, he shall never make me such a fool. One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another, virtuous, yet I am well. Another, wise, yet I am well. But till all graces be in one woman shall not come in my grace. Rich she shall be, that's certain. Fair, or I'll never look on her. Wise, or I'll none. Virtuous, or I'll never cheapen her. Mild, or come not near me. Noble, or not I for an angel. Of good discourse, and an excellent musician. And her hair be of what color it please God. Here come the prince and Monsieur Love. I will hide me in the arbor.
Come, shall we hear this music? Yea, my good lord. How still the evening is, as hushed on purpose to grace harmony. See you where Benedict hath hid himself? Very well, my lord. Music ended, we'll fit the cake box with a pennyworth.
Come, Balthazar, we'll hear that song again.
Oh, good, my lord. Tax me not so bad a voice to slander music any more than once.
Nay, pray thee, come, and if thou wilt hold longer argument, do it in notes.
Notes of this before my notes. There's not a note of mine that's of worth the noting.
Why, these are very crotchets he speaks. Notes, worth sooner than nothing.
Silent, lady, silent, melody, see was ever. One foot in sea and one on shore, do one thing constant never. The silence over, let them go and be ill, blithe and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe into hey, nonny, nonny. Sing no more, ditty, sing no more, don't so low and heavy. The fraud of man was ever so, since summer verse was leaving. And silence over, but let them go and be you, blithe and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe into hey, nonny, nonny. And an ill singer, my lord.
Yea, Mary, dost thou hear, Balthazar? I pray thee get us some excellent music, for tomorrow night we would have it at the Lady Hero chamber's window.
The best I can, my lord.
Do so. Farewell. Come hither, Leonardo. What was it that you told me of today? That your niece Beatrice was in love with Signor Benedict?
Oh, aye. Stock on, full sits. I did never think that lady would have loved any man.
No, nor I neither. And most wonderful that she should so dote on Signor Benedict, whom she had in all outward appearances seemed ever to abhor.
Is it possible? Sits the wind in that corner.
I know not what to think, but that she loves him with an enraged affection. It is past the infinite of thought.
Maybe she doth but counterfeit?
Faith, like enough.
Oh, Lord, counterfeit? Never was there counterfeit of passion came so near the true life of passion as she discovers it.
Why, what effects of passion shows she?
Bait the hook well, this fish will bite.
What effects, my lord? She will sit, you heard my daughter tell you how.
She did indeed.
How, I pray you. You amaze me. I would have thought her spirit had been invincible against all assaults of affection.
So would I, and especially against such as Benedict.
I should think this a gull, but that the white-bearded fellow speaks it. Knavery cannot sure hide himself in such true reverence.
He hath ta'en the infection. Hold it up.
Has she made her affection known to Benedict?
No, and swears she never will. That's her torment.
'Tis even so. So your daughter says, "Shall I," says she, "that have so often countered him with scorn, write to him that I love him?"
So says she as she begins to write, for she'll be up 20 times a night, and there will she sit in her smock till she hath written a sheet of paper. My daughter tells us all.
Now you talk of a sheet of paper. I remember a pretty jest your daughter told us of.
Oh, that when she had looked it over, she found Benedict and Beatrice between the sheet.
That?
Yes, she tore the letter into 1,000 halfpence, railed that she could be so immodest as to write to one who would flout her. For, says she, I measure him by my own convictions. I would flout him if he writ me, yea, though I love him, I would.
Oh. Then down upon her knees she falls, weeps, sobs, tears her hair, beats her heart, prays, curses. Oh, sweet Benedict, God give me patience!
It were good that he knew of it by some other, if she will not discover it.
To what end? He would but make a sport of it, and torment the poor lady worse.
And he should, it weren't alms to hang him. She's an excellent sweet lady, and out of all suspicion, she is virtuous.
and she is exceeding wise.
In everything but in loving Benedict. I would she had bestowed this dotage on me. I would have doffed all other respects and made her half myself. I pray you tell Benedict of it and hear what he will say.
We're good, thank you.
Hero thinks surely she will die, for she says she will die if he love her not, and she will die ere she make her love known, and she will die if he woo her, rather than bate one breath of her accustomed crossness.
She doth well. If she should make tender of her love, 'tis very possible he'll scorn it, for the man, as you know all, has a contemptible spirit. Though he does indeed show some signs that are like wit.
And I take him to be valiant.
As Hector, I assure you, and in the managing of quarrels, you may say he is wise, for either he avoids them with great discretion or undertakes them with the most Christian-like fear. Well, I'm sorry for your niece. Shall we go seek Benedict and tell him of her love?
Never tell him, my lord. Let her wear it out with good counsel.
Nay, that were impossible. She may wear her heart out first.
Well, we'll hear further of it by your daughter. Let it cool the while. I love Benedict well, and I could wish he would modestly examine himself to see how unworthy he is so good a lady.
Will you walk, my lord? Supper is ready.
He do not dote on her upon this, I will never trust my expectation.
Let there be the same net spread for her, and that must your daughter and her gentlewoman carry. The sport will be when they hold one in opinion of another's dotage, and no such matter. That's the scene as I would see, which will merely be a dumb show. Let us send her to call him into dinner.
This can be no trick. That conference was sadly born. If the truth of this from Hero, love me, why, it must be requited. I hear how I am censured. They say that she will die if she make her affection known. They say, too, that I will bear myself proudly if I sense the love come from her. I did never think to marry. I must not seem proud. Happy are they who can hear their detractions and put them to mending. They say the lady is fair. 'Tis a truth, I can bear them witness. And virtuous, 'tis so, I cannot reprove it. And wise, but for loving me. It is no great addition to her wit, nor no great admission of her folly, for I will be horribly in love with her. I might chance have some odd quirks and remnants of wit broken on me, since I have railed so long against marriage. But doth not the appetite alter? A man adores the meat in his youth, which he cannot endure in his old age. Shall these quips and sentences and paper bullets of the brain awe a man from the career of his humor? No. The world must be peopled. When I said I should live a bachelor and die a bachelor, I did not think that I should live till I were married. Here comes the Lady Beatrice. By this day, she's a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her.
Against my will, I am set to come bid thee into dinner.
Lady Beatrice, I thank thee for thy pains.
I took as many pains for those thanks than the pains you took to thank me. Had it been painful, I wouldn't have come.
You take pleasure then in the message.
As much pleasure as you may take upon a knife's point. You have no stomach, Signor. Fare you well.
Against my will, I am sent to bid thee come into dinner. There's a double meaning in that. I took as many pains for those thanks as you take pains to thank me. But why, that's as much as to say, any pains I take for thee are as good as thanks. If I do not take pity on her, if I do not love her, I am a villain. I will go get a picture.
parlor. There shalt thou find my cousin Beatrice. Whisper her ear and tell her that I and Ursula do walk in the orchard, and our whole discourse is all of her. Bid her steal into the pleached bower. There will she hide her to listen to our purpose. This is thy office. Bear thee well and leave us alone.
I'll make her come. I warrant thee presently.
Now, Ursula, as we do trace this alley up and down, our talk must only be of Benedict. When I do name him, let it be thy part to praise him more than ever man did merit. Now begin from look where Beatrice like a loping runs, close by the ground to hear our confidence. No, truly, Ursula, she is too disdainful. Her spirits are as coy and wild as haggards of the rock. But are you sure that Benedict loves Beatrice so entirely? So says the prince and my new betrothed lord. And did they bid you tell her of it, madam? They did entreat me to acquaint her of it. But I persuaded them, if they loved Benedict, to wish him wrestle with affection, and never to let Beatrice know of it. Why did you so? Doth not gentlemen deserve as full fortune a bed as Beatrice shall couch upon? O gods of love, I know he doth deserve as much as may be yielded to a man. But nature never framed a woman's heart of prouder stuff than that of Beatrice. Disdain and scorn lie sparkling in her eyes, misprizing what they look on, and her wit values itself so highly that to her all matters else seem weak. She cannot love, nor take no shape, nor project affection. She is so self-endeared. Sure, I think so. Therefore, certainly, it was not good she knew of his love, lest she'd make it sport out of it. True, true. But I never yet saw a gentleman how wise, how young, how noble, how rarely featured. But she would spell him backwards if fair-faced. She would swear the gentleman should be her sister. If tall, a lance ill-headed. If low, an agate very vilely cut. If speaking, why, a vein blown with all the winds. But if silent, why a block move with none. So turns she every man the wrong side out, and never gives to truth and virtue that which simpleness and merit purchaseth. Sure, such carping is not commendable. But who doth tell her so? If I should speak, she would mock me out of myself. She would laugh me to death. She would press me to death with wit. So instead, let Benedict, like covered fire, consume away in sighs, waste inwardly. It were a better death than die with mocks. Yet tell her of it, to hear what she will have to say. No. Instead, I will go to Benedict, and counsel him to fight against his passions. And truly, I'll devise some honest slander to stain my cousin with. One doth not know how much an ill word may poison liking. Oh, do not do your cousin such a wrong. She cannot be so much without true judgment. Having so swift and excellent wit, she is prized to have as to refuse so rare a gentleman as Senior Benedict. He is the only man of Italy, always excepted my dear Claudio. I pray you not be angry with me, madam. Speaking my fancy, Senior Benedict, for shape, bearing, argument, and valor, goes foremost in report through Italy. True, he hath an excellent good name. An excellence did earn it ere he hath. When are you married, madam? Why, every day tomorrow. Come, go in. I'll show thee some apparel and have thy counsel which is best to furnish me tomorrow. She is lying low, aren't you? We'll cut her. If it proves so, then loving goes by halves. Some cupids kill with arrows, some with traps.
What fires in mine ears? Can this be true? Stand I condemned for pride and scorn so much? Contempt, farewell, and maiden pride adieu. No glory lives behind the back of such. And Benedict, love on, I will requite thee, taming my wild heart to thy loving hand. Thou dost love, my kindness shall incite thee to bind our loves up in a holy band. For others say thou dost deserve, and I believe it better than reportingly.
Gallants, I'm not as I have been.
So says I. Methinks you you are sadder.
I hope he's in love.
Hang him, truant. There's no true drop of blood in him to be truly touched with love. If he be sad, he wants money.
I have the toothache.
What? Sigh for the toothache?
Well, anyone can master a grief, but he that has it.
Yet say I, he is in love. If he be not in love with some woman, there is no believing the old signs. He brushes his hat morning. What should that bode?
Hath any man seen him at the barber's?
No, but the barber's man hath been seen with him. The old ornament of his cheeks hath already stuffed tennis balls.
Indeed, he looks younger than he did by the loss of a beard.
Nay, he rubs himself with Svay. Can you smell him out by that?
Oh, that's as much to say, the sweet youth's in love. And when was he wont to wash his face? Nay, but his jesting spirit, which is now crept into a lute string and is now governed by stops.
Indeed, that tells a heavy tale for him. Conclude, conclude, he is in love.
Nay, but I know who loves him.
That would I know too. One that I weren't knows him not.
Yes, and his ill conditions, and in despite of all, dies for him.
Yet is there still no cure for the toothache. Old Signor, walk aside with me. I have studied 8 or 9 wise words to speak to you, which these hobby horses must not hear.
For my life to break with him about Beatrice. Tis even so. Hero and Margaret have by this played their parts with Beatrice, and now the two bears will not bite one another when they meet.
My lord and brother, God save you.
Good evening, brother.
If your leisure serve, I would speak with you.
In private?
If it please you, yet Count Claudio may hear, for what I would speak of concerns him.
What's the matter?
Means your lordship to be married tomorrow.
You know he does.
I know not that when he knows what I know.
If there be any impediment, I pray you discover it.
You may think I love you not. Let that appear hereafter, and aim better at me, by that I will now manifest. For my brother, I think he holds you well, and in dearness of heart hath hoped to effect your ensuing marriage. Surely, suit ill spent and labor ill bestowed.
Why, what's the matter?
I came hither to tell you. The lady is disloyal.
Who? Hero?
Even she, Leonardo's hero, your hero, every man's hero.
Disloyal?
The word is too good to paint out her wickedness. I could say she were worse. Think you have a worse title, and I'll fit her to it. Wonder not till further warned. Go but with me tonight. You shall see her chamber window entered, even the night before her wedding day. If you love her, and tomorrow wed her, but it would better fit your honor to change your mind.
May this be so?
I will not think it.
If you dare not trust that you see, you confess not that you know. If you will follow me, I'll show you enough, and when you have seen more and heard more, proceed accordingly.
If I see anything tonight which I should not marry her, tomorrow in the congregation where I should wed, there will I shame her.
And as I would for thee to obtain her, I will join with thee to disgrace her.
I'll disparage her no farther till you are my witness. Bear it coldly, but till midnight, and let the issue show itself.
Oh, day untowardly turned.
Oh, mischief, strangely thwarting.
Oh, plague right well prevented. So you will say when you have seen the sequel.
Are you good men and true?
Yea, or else it were pity, but they should suffer salvation, body and soul.
Nay, that were a punishment too good for them, if they should have any allegiance in them, being chosen for the prince's watch.
We'll give them their charge, neighbor Dogberry.
First, who think you to be the most disartless man for constable of the watch?
Hugh Oatcake, sir, or George Seacole, for he can write and read.
Come hither, neighbor Seacole. God hath blessed you with a good name. To be a well-favored man is a gift of fortune, but to write and read comes by nature.
Both which, Master Constable?
You have. I knew that would be your answer. Well, for your favor, sir, why, give God thanks, and make no boast of it. And as for your writing and reading, let that appear when there is no need for such vanities. It is thought that you are the most senseless and fit men for constable of the watch, and therefore bear you the lantern. Here is your charge. 1. You will comprehend all vagrant men. And 2. You will bid any man stand in the prince's name.
How if you will not stand?
Why then, make no note of him and let him go. And presently call the rest of the watch together. And thank God you are rid of a knave.
If you will not stand when he is bidden, he is none of the prince's subjects.
True. And you are to meddle with none but the prince's subjects. You are also to make no noise in the streets, for the watch to babble and to talk is most tolerable and not to be endured.
We would rather sleep than talk. We know it belongs to a watch.
You speak like an ancient and most quiet watchman, for I cannot see how sleeping should offend. Only take care that your bills be not stolen. If you meet a thief, you may suspect him, by the nature of your office, to be no true man. And for such kind of men, the less you meddle or make with them, the more is for your honesty.
If we know him to be a thief, shall we not lay hands on him?
Truly, by your office you may, but I think they that touch pitch feed a fire. The most peaceable way for you, if you do take a thief, is to have him show himself what he is and steal out of your company.
You have been always called a merciful man, partner.
Truly, I would not hang a dog by my will, much more a man who hath any honesty in him.
If you hear a child cry out in the night, you must call to the nurse and bid her still it.
How if the nurse be asleep and will not hear us?
8. Why then depart in peace, and let the child wake with crying. For you that will not hear a lamb when it baws, will not listen to her calf when it bleats.
'Tis very true.
Well, masters, this is the end of your charge. Keep your neighbor's counsel, and your own, and good night. Come, neighbor.
Well, masters, we hear a charge. Let's go sit here upon church bench till 2. Then all to bed.
One word more on its neighbors. 12. I pray you keep watch about Signor Leonato's door. With the wedding being there tonight, there is a great coil about. Adieu, adieu, be vigilant, I beseech you.
What, Conrad? Peace, stir not.
Conrad, I said.
Here, man, I'm at thy elbow. And now forward with thy tale.
Stand me close then under this penthouse for drizzle's rain.
Some
And I
trees-
will, as a true record, utter all to thee.
So please, masters, yet stand close.
Therefore know, I have earned of Don John 1,000 ducats.
To
possible any villainy should be so dear?
Thou shouldst rather ask if it were possible any villainy should be so rich. For when rich villains have need of poor ones may make what price they will.
Still, I wonder at it.
This shows thou art unconfirmed. But know that tonight I have wooed Margaret, the Lady Hero's gentlewoman, by the name of Hero. She leads me out at her mistress's chamber window, bids me 1,000 times good night. I tell this tale vilely. I should first tell thee how the prince, Count Claudio, and my master, possessed by my master Don John, saw far off in the orchard this amiable encounter.
And thought they Margaret was Hero.
2 of them did, the prince and Claudio, but the devil, my master, knew she was Margaret. And partly by his oaths, which did first possess them, partly by the dark night, which did deceive them, but chiefly by my villainy, which did confirm any slander Don John had made. Away went Claudio, enraged, swore he would meet her as bidden the next morning at the temple, and there, before the entire congregation, shame her with what he saw overnight, and send her home again to have a husband.
We charge you the prince's name. Stand!
Come up to my master constable! Your dear constable is dared to speak a legion of everyone who's called it well!
Masters, never speak. We charge you. Let us obey you to come with us.
We would like to prove a goodly commodity being taken up of these men's bills.
Commodity in question, I warrant you. Come, we'll obey you.
Ursula, fetch my cousin and desire her to rise.
I will, lady.
And bid her come hither.
Well, trunk, I think your other bravado were better. No, pray thee, good Meg, I'll wear this. Why, my trunk's not so good, and I warrant your cousin will say so. Thou art a fool, and my cousin art another. I will wear none but this. Tomorrow, cuz.
Tomorrow, sweet hero.
Why, how now? Thou speaks in a sickly tune.
I'm all out of other tune, methinks. Why, 'tis almost 5 o'clock. 'Tis time you were ready. By my troth, I am ill.
For a hawk, a horse, or a husband.
For the letter that begins them all. H.
Well, if you be not turned Turk, there is no more sailing by the star.
What means the fool, trow?
Nothing I, but God send everyone their heart's desire. These gloves the Count sent me, they are an excellent perfume.
By my troth, I am sick.
Get you some of this distilled Cardus Benedictus and lay it on your heart. It is the only thing for a qualm.
There, thou prickest her with a thistle. Benedictus? Why Benedictus? You have any moral in this Benedictus?
Moral? By my troth I have no moral meaning. I meant plain holy thistle. You may think perchance that I think you are in love, yet Benedict was such a one as you, and now as he become a man, he swore he would never marry, and yet now, in despite of his heart, he eats his meat without grudging. And how you may be converted I know not, but methinks you look with your eyes as other women do.
What is this pace that thy tongue keeps?
Not a false gallows. Madame, withdraw. The prince, the count, senior, Benedict, Don John, all the gallants of the town have come to fetch you to church.
How to dress me, good cuz, good Meg, good Ursula!
What would you with me, good neighbors?
Very, sir. We have some confidence that discerns you nearly.
Brief, I pray you, for it is a busy time with me.
Marry, sir? This it is.
Yes, in truth it is, sir.
What is it, good friends?
Goodman Burgess, sir, speaks a little off the matter. A good old man, sir, and his wits are not quite as blunt as, God help, I would desire they were. But, in faith, as honest as the skin between his brows.
Yes, I think God I am as honest as any man living. That is an old man, and no honester than I.
Oh, comparisons are odorous. Palabrous, neighbor Burgess.
Neighbors, you are tedious.
Oh, if it pleases your worship to say so. But we are but the poor duke's officers. However, for mine own part, if I were as tedious as a king, I would find it in my heart to bestow it all upon your worship.
All thy tediousness on me, eh? I fain know what you have to say.
Marry, sir, our watch tonight, excepting your worship's presence, hath taken a couple of as errant knaves as any in Messina.
Goodman Burgess, sir. A good old man, sir. He'll be talking. You know what they say? When the age is in, the wit is out. God help us. It is a world to see. Well said, neighbor Burgess. Well, God's a good man, and two men ride of a horse, one must ride behind. In honest soul, faith, sir, by my troth he is, as ever broke bread. But God is to be worshipped. Two men are not alike. Alas, good neighbor.
Indeed, neighbor, he comes just short of you.
Gifts that God gives.
I must leave you.
Marry, sir, our watch, sir, have indeed comprehended two auspicious persons, and would have them this morning examined before your worship.
Take their examination yourself and bring it me. I am now in great haste, as it may appear unto you.
It shall be suffocant.
Drink some wine ere you go. Fare thee well.
Go, good neighbor, go. Get you to Francis Seacole. Bid him bring his pen and inkhorn to the jail. There, we shall examination these men.
And we must do it wisely.
We'll spare for no wit, I warrant you. Here's what shall bring them to a non-come. Only get the learned writer to send down his excommunication and meet me at the jail.
Come, Friar Francis, be brief, speaking only to the plain forms of marriage. You shall recount their particular duties afterwards.
You come hither, my lord, to marry this lady?
No. To be married to her, Friar, you come to marry her.
You come hither, my lady, to be married to this count?
I do.
If either of you know of any inward impediment why you should not be conjoined, I charge you on your souls to utter it.
Know you any, hero?
None, my lord.
Know you any, count?
I dare make his answer, none.
What men dare do, what men may do, what men daily do, not knowing what they do. Stand thee by, friar. Father, by your leave, will you with free and unconstrained soul give me this maid, your daughter?
As freely, son, as God did give her me.
And what have I to give you back, whose worth may counterpoise this rich and precious gift?
Nothing, unless you render her again.
Sweet prince, you learn me noble thankfulness. There, Leonardo, take her back again. Give not this rotten orange to your friend. She's but the sign and semblance of her honor. Behold how like a maid she blushes here. Oh, what authority and show of truth can cunning sin cover itself withal? Comes not that blood as modest evidence to witness simple virtue? Would you all that see her here not swear that she were a maid by these exterior shows? But she is none. She knows the heat of a luxurious bed.
What means you by this, my lord?
Not to be married. Not to knit my soul to an approved wanton.
My lord, you in your own proof have vanquished the resistance of her youth and made defeat of her virginity.
I know what you will say. If I have known her, you will say she did embrace me as husband, so extenuate beforehand sin. No, Leonato, I never tempted her with word too large, but as a brother to his sister, showed bashful sincerity and comely love.
And seemed I ever otherwise to you?
Out on thee, seeming! I will write against it. You seemed to me as Diane in her orb, as chaste as the bud ere it were blown. But you are more intemperate in your blood than Venus, or those pampered animals that rage in savage sensuality.
Is my lord well? He doth speak so why?
Sweet prince, why speak not you?
What should I speak? I stand dishonor that I have gone about to link my dear friend to a common stale.
Are these things spoken, or do I but dream?
Sir, they're spoken, and these things are true.
This looks not like a nuptial.
True, oh God!
Let me but move one question to your daughter. By the fatherly and kindly love that you have in her, bid her answer truly.
I charge thee do so as thou art my child.
Oh God, how I am beset! What kind of catechizing call you this?
To make you answer truly to your name.
Is it not Hero? Who can blot that name with any just reproach?
Mary, what can Hero? Hero itself can blot out Hero's virtue. What man was he talked with you yesternight out at your window betwixt 12 and 1? Now, if you are a maid, answer to this.
I spoke with no man at that hour, my lord!
Why then you are no maid. Leonato, I'm sorry you must hear. On my honor, myself, my brother, and this Greek count did see her, hear her at that hour last night, talk with a ruffian at her chamber window, who hath indeed, most like a liberal villain, confessed the vile encounters they have had 1,000 times in secret.
Fie, they're not to be named, my lord, not to be spoke of. There is not chastity enough in language without offense to utter them. Thus, pretty lady, I'm sorry for thy much misgovernment.
O Hero, what a hero hadst thou been, if half thy outward graces were placed about thy thoughts and counsels of thy heart. But fare thee well. Farewell, thou pure impiety, impious purity. For thee I'll lock up all the gates of love, and on my eyelids shall conjecture hang, turning all thoughts of beauty into thoughts of harm. Never shall it be more precious.
Hath no man's dagger here a point for me?
Hero, my hero, now wherefore sink you down?
Come, let us go. These things come thus to light. Smother her spirits up.
How doth the lady?
Dead, I think! Oh, uncle, oh hero, why hero? Help, uncle, Signor Benedict Friar!
Fate, take not away thy heavy hand. Death is the fairest cover for her shame that could be wished for.
Oh, now, cousin Hero.
Have comfort, lady.
Dost thou live? Do not look up, hero, do not ope thine eyes. For did I think thou wouldst not quickly die, thought I, thy spirit, stronger than thy shame, myself would, a reward of reproach, strike at thy life. Oh, why wast thou ever lovely in mine eyes? Why did I not with charitable hand take up a beggar's issue at my gates, whose smirched thus, mired in infamy, I might have said, no part of it is mine. This shame derives itself from unknown loins. But mine did I love, and mine did I praise, and mine was I proud on. Mine so much so that I myself was to myself not mine, valuing of her. And she, why she hath fallen into a pit of ink, that the white sea hath dropped too few to wash her clean again, and salt too little that may season give her foul, tainted flesh.
Sir, be patient. For my part, I am so attired and wonder I know not what to say.
On my soul, my cousin is belied!
Lady, were you her bedfellow last night?
No, truly not, although until last night I have for these last 12 months been her bedfellow.
Confirmed, confirmed. Oh, that a stronger maid which was first bound up with ribs of iron. Would the prince lie and Claudio lie, who loved her so that speaking of her foulness washed it with tears? Hence from her, let her die!
Hear me a little, for I have only silent been so long and given way to this course of fortune. By noting of the lady, I have marked 1,000 blushing apparitions to start into her face. 1,000 innocent shames beat away those blushes, and in her eye hath appeared a fire to burn the air these princes hold against her maiden truth. Call me a fool, trust not my reading nor observations, which with experimental seal doth warrant the tenor of my book. Trust not my age, reverence, calling, nor divinity, if this sweet lady lie not here under some biting error. Lady, what man is he you are accused of?
Lady, to accuse me, no, but I know none. If I know more of any man than that which maiden modesty doth warrant, let all my sins lack mercy. Father, heard you that I converse with any man, or that I yesternight had the change of words with any creature? Refuse me, hate me, torture me to death.
There's some strange misprison with these princes.
2 of them have the very bent of honor. But if their wisdoms be misled in this, the practice of it lives in John the Bastard, whose spirits toil in frame of villainies.
I do not know. If they speak but truth of her, these hands shall tear her. If they wrong her honor, the proudest of them shall well hear of it. For time hath not yet so dried this blood of mine, nor age so eat up my invention, nor chaos made such havoc of my means, nor the good life reft me so much of friends, but they will find, awakened in such kind, both strength of limb and policy of mind, quality and choice of friends, to quit me of them thoroughly.
Pause a while, and let my counsel sway you in this course. Your daughter here, the princes have left for dead. Let her be secretly kept in a while, and publish it that she is dead indeed. Maintain a mourning ostentation, and on thy family's old monument hang mournful epitaphs, and do all rites that appertain to a burial.
What good were this? What would it do?
Mary, this well carried on her behalf, shall change slander to remorse. This is some good. She dying, as it must be so maintained, on the instant she was accused, will be pitied, lamented, and excused of all hearers. So shall it fare with Claudio. When he hears she died upon his words, the idea of her life shall more sweetly creep into his study of imagination than when she lived indeed. Then shall he mourn, and wish that he had not so accused her. No, though he thought his accusation true. Let this be so, and doubt not but success will fashion the event in better shape than I can lay down in likelihood. And if this aim but be leveled false, the supposition of her death will quench the infamy of her wonder. But if it sort not well, you might conceal her in some reclusive and religious life, out of all eyes, minds, tongues, and ears.
Signor Leonardo, let the friar advise you. And though you know my inwardness in love is very much unto the prince and Claudio, yet will I deal in this as secretly and justly as the soul should with the body.
Being thy flowing grief, the smallest twine may lead me.
'Tis well considered. Presently away. A strange sore strangely strained the cure. Come, lady, die to live. This wedding day is perhaps but prolonged. Have patience and endure.
Lady Beatrice, have you wept all this while?
Yea, and I will continue to do so a while longer.
I shall not desire that.
You have no reason, I do it freely.
Surely, I do believe that your cousin is wrong.
And what would the man deserve of me that would right her?
Is there any way to show such friendship?
A very even way, but no such friend.
May a man do it?
It is a man's office, but not yours!
I do love nothing in the world so much as you, Beatrice. Is not that strange?
Strange is the thing I know not. It were possible for me to say that I have loved nothing in this world so well as I have you, and yet believe me not, and yet I lie not. I confess nothing, nor I deny nothing. I feel sorry for my cousin.
Lady Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Do not swear and eat it.
I will swear on it that you love me, and I will make him eat it that says I love not you.
Will you not eat thy word?
With no sauce that can be devised to it. I protest I love thee.
Why then, God forbid me.
Of what offense, sweet Beatrice?
You have met me at a happy hour. I was about to protest I love thee.
And do so with all thy heart.
I love you with so much of my heart that there is none left to protest.
Come, bid me do anything for thee.
Kill Claudio!
Not for the white world.
Kill me to deny it! Farewell!
Tarry, sweet Beatrice.
I'm going as I am here. There is no love in you. I pray you let me go.
Beatrice!
Faith, I will go.
We'll be friends first.
You dare easier be friends with me than fight with mine enemy.
Is Count Claudio thine enemy?
Is he not a proof in the height a villain that has slandered, scorned, and dishonored my kinswomen? God that I were a man! What, bear her in hand until come to take hands, and then with public accusation, uncovered slander, and mitigated rancor! God that I were a man, I would eat his heart in the marketplace!
Hear me, Beatrice.
Talk with a man out a window, a proper saying.
Nay, but
Sweet hero, she's wronged, she's slandered, she's undone. Princes and counties, surely a princely testimony, and a goodly count confect. God that I were a man for his sake, or that I had a friend who would be a man for my sake. But manhood is melted into curtsies, valor into compliment, and men are only turned to tongues. The trim ones too. He's now as valiant as Hercules, who tells a lie and lives by it. I cannot be a man with wishing. Therefore I will die, a woman with breathing.
Tarry, good Beatrice, by this hand I love thee.
Use it for my love in some other way than swearing by it.
Think you in your soul the Count Claudio hath wronged Hero?
Yea, as sure as I have a thought or a soul.
Enough. I'm engaged. I will challenge Claudio. I will kiss your hand, and so I leave you. As you think of me, so hear of me. Go, comfort thy cousin. I must say she is dead, and so farewell.
Has our whole dissembly appeared?
Oh, a stool and a cushion. For the sexton.
Which be the malefactors?
Mary, that's mine, and my partner.
Nay, that's certain. We have the exhibition to examine.
Which are the offenders that are to be examined? Let them come forth before Master Constable.
Yeah, let them come before me. What are your names, friends?
Baraccio.
Pray write down Baraccio. And yours, Sirrah?
I am a gentleman, sir. My name is Conrad.
Write down Master Gentleman Conrad. Masters, do you serve God?
Yea, sir, we hope.
Write down that they hope they serve God, or write God first, for God defend, but God come before such villains. Masters, it is proved already that you are little more than false knaves. It will go near for you to be thought so low. What say you for yourselves?
Marry, sir, we say we are none.
A marvelously witty fellow, I'll assure you, but I'll go about with him. Come you hither, sir, a word in your ear. Sir, I I say to you, sir, it is thought you are false knaves.
Master Constable, you go not the way to examine. You must call forth the watch that are their accusers.
Yeah, Mary, that's the Ectus way. Let the watch come forth. Masters, I charge you, in the prince's name, accuse these men.
This man said, Don John, the prince's brother, was a villain.
Write down Prince John a villain. Why, this is flat perjury to call the prince's brother a villain.
Master Constable.
Pray thee, fellow, peace. I do not like the look of thee, I promise you.
What heard you him say else?
Mary that he had received 1,000 ducats of Don John for accusing the lady hero wrongfully.
Flat burglary has ever been committed.
What else, fellow?
And that Count Claudio did mean, upon his words, to accuse Hero in the whole assembly and not marry her.
Oh, you villain! That will be condemned into eternal redemption for this.
What else?
This is all.
And this is more, masters, than you can deny. Prince John was this morning secretly stolen away. Hero was in this manner accused, in this very manner refused, and upon the grief of this suddenly died. Master Constable, let these men be bound and brought to Leonato's. I will go before and show him their examination.
Come, let them be opinions.
Away! You are an ass! You are an ass!
Dost thou not suspect my place? Dost thou not suspect my years? Oh, that he were here to write me down an ass. But, masters, remember that I am an ass. Though none be written down yet, forget not that I am an ass. Know thou, villain, I am a wise fellow, and, which is more, a householder, and, which is more, an officer, and as pretty a piece of flesh is as any is in all of Messina, and one that knows the law, go to, and a rich fellow enough, go to, and one that hath 2 gowns, and one that hath no losses, and one that hath everything handsome about him. Bring him away. Oh, that I had been written down an ass.
If you go on thus, you will kill yourself. And 'tis not wisdom thus to second grief against yourself.
I pray thee, cease thy counsel which falls into mine ears as profitless as water in a sieve. For, brother, men can counsel and speak comfort to that grief which they themselves not experiencing, feeling it, their counsel turns to passion. Give me no counsel. My griefs cry louder than advertisement.
Yet bend not all harm upon yourself. Make those that do offend you suffer too.
There, thou speakest reason. Nay, I will do so. My soul doth tell me that Hero is belied, and that shall Claudio know, and so shall the prince and all of them that thus dishonor her.
Here come the prince and Claudio hastily.
Good evening. Good evening. Good day to both of you.
Hear you, my lords.
We have some haste, Leonato.
Some haste, my lords. Well, fare thee well, my lords. Are you so hasty now? All this is one.
Nay, do not quarrel with us, good old man.
If he could right himself with quarreling, some of us would lie low. Who wrongs him?
Thou dost wrong me, Claudio, thou dissembler, thy. Nay, never lay thy hand upon thy blade. I fear thee not.
Mary, beshrew my hand if it should give your age such cause of fear.
Faith, my hand meant nothing to my blade.
Tush, tush, man, never fleer nor jest at me. Thou hast wronged mine innocent child. I say thou hast belied mine innocent child. Thy slander has gone through and through her heart, and she lies, buried with her ancestors in a tomb where never scandal slept, save this of her is framed by thy villainy.
My villainy?
Thine, Claudio's, thine, I say.
Away, I will not have to do with you.
Canst thou so daft me? Thou hast killed mine innocent child. If thou killest me, boy, thou shalt kill a man.
He shall kill two of us, and men indeed. But that's no matter. Let him answer me. Come, follow me, boy. Come, Sir Boy. Come, follow me. Sir Boy, I'll whip you from your pointing fence. Nay, as I'm a gentleman, I will.
Brother,
content yourself. God knows that I love my niece, and she is dead. Slander to death by villains that dare as well answer a man indeed, as I dare take a serpent by the tongue. Boys, apes, braggarts, jacks, milksops.
Brother Anthony.
Hold your content. What man? I know them, yea, and what they weigh, even to the utmost scruple, scrambling, outfacing, fashion-monging boys that lie and cog and flout, deprave and slander, go antically and show outward hideousness, and speak of half a dozen dangerous words and how they might hurt their enemies if they durst. And this is all.
Gentlemen both, we will not wake your patience. My heart is sorry for your daughter's death, but on my honor, she was charged with what was true and very full of proof.
My lord, my lord.
I will not hear you.
No? Come, brother, away. I will be heard.
And shall, or some of us will smart for it.
Ah, see, here comes the man we went to seek.
Now, Signor, what news?
Good day, my lord.
Welcome, Signor. You're almost come to part almost a fray.
We'd like to have had our two noses snapped off by two old men without teeth.
Leonardo and his brother. What thinkest thou? Had we fought, I doubt we should have been too young for them.
In a false quarrel, there is no true valor. I came to seek you both.
We have been up and down to seek thee, for we are of high-proof melancholy, and will fain have it beaten out of us. Wilt thou use thy wit?
It is in my scabbard. Shall I draw it?
I bid thee draw as we do the minstrels, draw to pleasure us.
I shall meet your wit in a career, and you charge it against me. I pray you, choose another subject.
By this light, he changes more and more. I think he'd be angry indeed.
If he be, he knows how to turn his girdle.
Shall I speak a word in your ear?
God bless me from a challenge.
You are a villain! I jest not. I will make it good how you dare, with what you dare, and when you dare. Do me right, or I will protest thy cowardice. You've killed a sweet lady, and her death shall fall heavy on you. Let me hear from you.
Well, then I will meet thee, so we may have good cheer.
What, a feast, a feast?
Faith, I thank him.
Wit goes easily. It ambles well.
I'll tell thee how Beatrice praised thy wit the other day. I said thou hadst a fine wit. True, said she, a fine little one. Nay, said I, the gentleman is wise. Certain, said she, a wise gentleman. Nay, said I, he hath the tongues. That I believe, said she, for he swore a thing to me on Monday night, which he forswore Tuesday morning. There's a double tongue. There's two tongues. Yet, at last, an hour together did she transshape thy particular virtues. But at last she concluded with a sigh, thou was the properest man in Italy. But when shall we set the savage bull's horns on the sensible Benedict's head?
Yea, and text underneath, here dwells Benedict, the married man.
Fare you well, boy. You know my mind. I will leave you now to your gossip-like humor. You break jests as braggarts do their blades, which God be thanked hurt not. For thy many courtesies, my lord, I thank you. I must discontinue your company. Your brother, the bastard, has fled from Messina. You have among you killed a sweet and innocent lady. For my lord Blackbeard there, he and I shall meet. Until then, peace be with him.
I think he is in earnest. Most profound earnest. And I'll warn you, for the love of Beatrice.
And hast challenged thee?
Most sincerely.
What a pretty thing man is when he goes in his doublet-and hose and leaves off his wit.
He is then a giant to an ape, but then is an ape a doctor to such a man.
But soft you, let me be. Pluck up my heart and be sad. Did he not say my brother was fled? How now? Sure my brother's been bound. Baraccio won.
Hearken after their offense, my lord.
Officers, what offense have these men done?
Marry, sir, they've committed false report. Secondarily, they've spoken untruths. Moreover, their slanders. Sixth and lastly, they've belied a lady. Thirdly, they have verified unjust things. And, to conclude, they're lying names.
First, I ask thee what they have done. Third, I ask thee, what's their offense? Sixth, and lastly, why they are committed, and to conclude, what you lay to their charge.
Rightly reasoned, and in his own division. And by my troth, there's one meaning well suited.
Masters, who have you offended that you are thus bound to your answer? This learned constable is too cunning to be understood. What's your offense?
Sweet prince, let me go no further in mine answer. Do you hear me, and then let this count kill me? I have deceived even your very eyes. But you and your wisdoms could not uncover these shallow fools I've brought to light, who in the night overheard me confess to this man how Don John your brother incensed me to slander the lady Hero. How you were brought into the orchard and saw me court Margaret in Hero's garments. How you disgraced her when you should marry her. My villainy they have upon record, and I should rather seal it with my shame and let it carry over to my shame. The lady is dead by mine and my master's actions, and briefly I desire nothing but the reward of a villain.
Runs not this speech like iron through your blood?
I have drank poison whilst he utters it.
But did my brother set thee on to this?
Yea, and paid me richly for the practice of it.
He is composed and framed of treachery, and fled he is upon this villainy.
Sweet hero, now thy image doth appear in the rare semblance that I loved at first.
Come, bring away the plaintiffs. By this time our sexton hath reformed Signor Leonato the matter. And masters, do not forget to specify, when time and place shall serve, that I am an ass.
Here comes Master Signor Leonato and the sexton too.
And sexton.
Which of these is the villain? Let me see his eyes, that when I note another man like him, I may avoid him. Which of these is he?
You would know your wronger and look on me.
Art thou the slave that with thy breath hast killed mine innocent child?
Yea, even I alone.
No, not so, villain, thou beliest thyself. Here stand a pair of honorable men. A third has fled who had a hand in it. Princes, I thank thee for my daughter's death. Record it with your high and worthy deeds. 'Twas bravely done, if it thinks you of it.
I know not how to pray your patience, yet I must speak. Choose your revenge yourself. Impose to me what penance your invention can lay upon my sin. Yet sinned I not, but in mistaking.
By my soul nor I, and yet to satisfy this good old man, I would bend under any heavy weight that he'll enjoin me to.
I cannot bid you bid my daughter live. That were impossible. But I beseech you, possess the people here in Messina how innocent she died, and if your love can labor aught under such sad invention, hang an epitaph upon her tomb and sing it to her bones. Sing it tonight. Tomorrow morning come you to my house. As you cannot be my son-in-law, be yet my nephew. My brother has a daughter, the very copy of my child that is dead, and she alone is heir to both of us. Give to her the right you should have given her cousin, and so dies my revenge.
Oh, noble sir, your overkindness doth wring tears from me. I do embrace your offer and henceforth dispose of poor Claudio.
Tomorrow then, I will expect your coming. Tonight I must take my leave. This naughty man shall face to face be brought to Margaret, who I believe was packed into all this wrong, hired to it by your brother.
No, by my soul, she was not, nor knew not what she did when she spoke with me, but hath always been just and virtuous in every way I do know her by.
Moreover, sir, which indeed is not under white and black, the plaintiff here, the defendant, did call me an ass, and I beseech you, let it be remembered in his punishment.
I thank thee for thy care and honest pains.
Your worship speaks like a most thankful and reverent youth, and I praise God for you.
For thy pains.
God save the foundation.
Go, I discharge thee of thy prisoner and thank thee for thy pains.
I leave a most errant knave with your worship, which I beseech your worship to correct yourself, for the example of others. God's keep your worship. I wish your worship well. God's restore you to heaven. I humbly grant you leave to depart, and if a merry meeting may be wished, God prohibit it. Come, neighbor.
Until tomorrow, lords, farewell.
Farewell, my lords. We look for you tomorrow.
We will not fail.
Tonight, I'll mourn with Hero.
Bring you these fellows on. We shall go to Margaret to learn how her acquaintance grew with this lewd fellow.
Sky guy. Fellows, bellows. Pillar. Viller. Sweet Mistress Margaret deserved well at my hands by helping me to the speech of Beatrice. I pray thee, call Beatrice. I give thee the bucklers.
Give us the swords. We have bucklers of our own.
If you use them, Margaret, you will need to set the pikes with a vice, and they are dangerous weapons for maids.
Well, I will call Beatrice to you, who I think hath legs.
And therefore will come. The God of love, who sits above, and knows me, how pitiful I deserve. I mean in singing, but in loving. Leander, the good swimmer. Troilus, the first employer of panders. And a whole book of these quondam carpet mongers whose names yet run the even road of blank verse. Who were never so turned over and over as my poor self in love. Mary, I cannot express it in rhyme. I have tried. I can find no rhyme for lady, but baby. An innocent rhyme. For scorn, horn. A hard rhyme. For school, fool. A babbling rhyme. Very ominous endings. No, I was not born under a rhyming planet, nor I cannot woo in festival terms. Sweet Beatrice, wouldst thou not come when I called thee?
Yea, Signor, and depart once thou bid me.
Oh, stay but till then.
Then is spoken. Fare you well now. And yet, let me go with what I came, which is knowing what has passed between you and Count Claudio.
Only foul words, and thereupon will I kiss thee.
Foul words is but foul wind, and foul wind is but foul breath, and foul breath is noisome. Therefore, I will depart unkissed.
Thou hast frighted the word out of its right sense. So forcible is thy wit. But I must tell thee plainly, Claudio undergoes my challenge, and I must soon either face him or I will subscribe I'm a coward. But tell me, truly, for which of my bad parts didst thou first fall in love with me?
For them all together, which created so politic a state of evil that they let none of the good parts intermingle with them. Tell me, which of my good qualities did thou first suffer love for?
Suffer love, a good epithet. I do suffer love indeed, for I love thee against my will.
In spite of your heart, I think. Alas, poor heart. But if you spite it for my sake, I'll spite mine for yours, for I cannot love that which my friend hates.
Thou and I are too wise to move peaceably. Tell me, how doth thy cousin?
Very ill.
And how do you?
Very ill, too.
Serve God, love me, and mend. There will I leave you, for here comes one in haste.
Madame, you must come to your uncle, yonder old quill at home, my lady hero, falsely accused, the prince and Claudio mightily abused, and Don John, the offered all, has fled and gone. Will you come presently? Will you go hear this news, signor?
I will live in thy heart, die in thy lap, and be buried in thine eyes. And moreover, I will go with thee to thy uncle's.
Is this the monument of Leonardo?
It is.
Done to death by slanderous tongues was the hero that here lies. Death in guerdon of her wrongs gets her fame which never dies. So the love that died in shame lives in death with glorious fame. Hang thou there upon thy tomb, praising her, I am dumb. Now unto thy bones good night. Yearly will I do this right.
Come, let us hence and put on other weeds. Then to Leonardo's we will go.
And Hymen now with luckier issue speeds than this for whom we rendered up this woe.
Did I not tell you she was innocent?
So were the prince and Claudio, who accused her upon that error which you heard debated. But Margaret is in some fault for this, although against her will, as it seems, in the true course of the question.
Well, I am glad that all things sort so well.
And so am I, being else by faith and forced to call young Claudio to a reckoning for it.
Daughter and you gentlewomen all, withdrawn to the chamber by yourselves, and when I call for you, come hither masked. The prince and Claudio do promise by this hour to visit me. Brother, you know your office. You must be father to your brother's daughter and give her to young Claudio.
Which I will do with confirmed countenance.
Friar, I must entreat thy pains, I think.
To do what, Signor?
To bind me or undo me, what of them? Signor Leonardo, truth it is, good Signor, your niece doth regard me with an eye of favor.
That I my daughter lend her, 'tis most true.
And I do with an eye of love requite her.
The sight of which I think you got from me, from Claudio, and from the prince. But what is your will?
Your answer, sir, is enigmatical. But for my will is your good will standing with ours, this day to be conjoined in the state of honorable marriage, in which, good friar, I shall desire your help.
My heart is with your liking.
And my help. Here comes the prince and Claudio.
I'm sure they'll be along shortly.
Good morrow to this fair assembly.
Good morrow, Prince. Good morrow, Claudio. We here attend you. Are you yet determined to marry with my brother's daughter?
I'll hold my mind, though she were a changeling sprite.
Go and fetch her, brother. The friar is ready.
My, what's the matter, Benedict, that you have such a February face, so full of frost, of storm, and cloudiness?
I think he thinks upon the savage bull. Tush, man, we'll tip thy horns with gold, and Lady Beatrice shall rejoice at thee.
Some such strange bull left your father's cow, and got a calf in the same noble feet. Much like to you, for you have just as bleat.
For this I owe you. Here comes other reckonings. Which is the lady I must seize upon?
The same as she, and I can give you her.
Why then, she's mine. Sweet, let me see your face.
No, this you shall not till you take her hand and swear to marry her before this friar.
Then, take my hand before this holy friar. I'm your husband, if you like me.
And when I lived, I was your other wife, and when you loved, you were my other husband.
Another hero!
Nothing certain. As surely as one hero died defiled, I do live, and I am a maid.
The former hero that is dead.
She died, but while her slander lived.
All this amazement can I qualify. And when all holy rites are ended, I shall tell you largely of fair hero's death. Meantime, let wonder seem familiar, and let us to the chapel presently.
Soft and fair, friar. Which of you is Beatrice?
I answer to that name. What is your will?
Do not you love me?
No, no more than reason.
Why, then is your uncle and the prince and Claudio much deceived, for they swore you did.
Why then do you not love me?
Troth, no more than reason.
Why then, my cousin, Ursula and Margaret have been deceived. For they did swear you did.
They swore you were almost sick for me.
They swore you were well nigh dead for me.
'Tis no such matter. Then you do not love me.
No, but a friendly recompense.
Come, cousin, I am sure you love the gentleman.
Now I'll be sworn upon that he loves her, for here's a paper writ in his own hand, a halting sonnet of his own pure brain, fashioned to Beatrice.
And here's another, written in my cousin's own hand, stolen from her pocket, containing her affections unto Benedict.
A miracle. Here's our hearts against our hands. Come, I will have thee. But by this light I take thee for pity.
I would not deny you, sir, but by this good day I yield upon great persuasion, and partially to save your life, for I was told you were in consumption.
Peace. I will stop your mouth.
How dost thou, Benedict, the married man?
I'll tell thee what, Prince. A college of wit-crackers could not flog me out of my humor. Dost thou think I care for a satire or an epigram? No. If a man will be beaten with brains, he shall wear nothing handsome about it. In brief, since I do purpose to marry, I will think nothing to the purpose the world may say against it. For man is a giddy thing, and this is my conclusion. For thy part, Claudio, I should have thought to have beaten thee, but in that thou art like to be my kinsman, live unbruised, and love my cousin.
I wouldst have hoped thou would have denied Beatrice, that I would have cudgeled thee out of thy single life to make thee a double dealer, which, out of question, thou wilt be, if my cousin do not look exceeding narrowly to thee.
Come, we are friends. Let us have a dance ere we are married, that we may lighten our own hearts and our wives' heels.
There will be dancing afterwards.
First of my word, therefore play, music. Prince, thou art sad. Get thee a wife, get thee a wife. There is no staff more reverend than that tipped with horn.
My lord! My lord, my lord, your brother is taking a flight, and brought with armed and back
until tomorrow. I'll devise thee brave punishments for him. Strike up, pipers!
We're not done with you yet. Okay. Tonight is the, yes, see, they know. Tonight is the last night of our show. Again, thank you so much for honoring us with your presence, for being here, being our audience, and booing and laughing with us. It was so good to perform for you. It is the last night, and we have some seniors, so I have to do a senior appreciation. And I'm going to warn you, I may cry, and there's 3 reasons for this. I'm a drama teacher, and I'm very in touch with my emotions. I've slept maybe about 10 hours in the last 3 days, all put together. And I really love these kids, so it might be a little hard for me, but I'm going to do my best. Okay, so we have 4 seniors tonight. I wrote this down so I didn't get rambly. Each of these seniors I admire so much as people, and it is a genuine joy not just to teach them, but to know them, laugh with them, and watch them grow. Adrian, come on up here. Adrian joined us in the last month of our production in the 11th hour. The funny thing is that I have been begging this guy to be in the play for the last 3 years. Yeah! Anyone who has seen him in the band and choir concerts and watched him perform in the Poetry Out Loud competitions will acknowledge his incredible performer's instincts. Adrian, I'm thankful I got the chance to direct you. Sorry. Even if it was so last minute. You've been a joy to teach in the English classroom and have blessed this show with your musical talents, so thank you. Woo! All right, this is for Martha, so Martha, come here. I consider Martha the founding member of the drama program that we currently have at PHS. She was the, I'm sorry.
Let it out, girl.
It's happy tears. She was the first student in my room on the first day of my first drama class here. A drama class of only 3 people. Out of everyone on this stage, she has borne with me through all the growing pains of a young drama program and a young drama teacher. Those of you who know Martha well know what I mean when I say it's a privilege to know her, to work around her, and to be inspired by her creativity, compassion, and intellect. What you have seen on the stage this weekend and this evening is the culmination of years of Martha's joyful study and passionate exploration of the art of theater. And those of you who know her know that Martha, in a classroom or outside of one, will never stop learning, discovering, creating, and charting new courses in theater and in everything she does. That's just the fabric of who she is. Martha, thank you for everything, for your inspiration, your patience, and your brilliance. This program wouldn't be here without you, and although it will continue after you leave, it will always owe you a debt of gratitude. This is a perfect night to wear a fake beard made out of eyeliner. Sam's creative vision has been an integral part of the drama program's last 2 productions, as she has designed and made most of the costumes you've seen on stage on less than a shoestring budget. So tonight you saw a sliver of Sam's creative brilliance on stage in the character of Baraccio. Much of it lives behind the scenes in the costume room and in her sketchbook. I've often told Sam that my experience working with her has been on the same level as my past experiences with professional adult costume designers with years of experience under their belt, and I truly mean it. Sam is a self-starter, motivated and passionate about what she does more than most anyone I know. In stepping into her role as costume designer, I've been able to fully hand over that aspect of the show to her and trust every bit of it to her. Many of you may not know this, but professional costuming is a full-time job, and Sam has taken on that full-time job while also being a full-time student in her junior and senior years. Sam, I will deeply miss our lively conversations about everything, from discussing our favorite plays and books, to hearing about your, I'm sorry, to hearing about your plans for the future, to laughing over whatever happens to strike us as ridiculous in a given school day. We laugh at people a lot. Some of you in this room we've laughed at. Probably most. As I watch you leave your high school years behind, I do so knowing fully that you have been more than ready to take on this next phase of your life for a while, and that in whatever you do, you will be a force to be reckoned with. Zane is the type of student that is both a joy and a challenge to have. And by challenging, I mean that he is the type of student who very likely knows more than you about a given subject, or if he does not, he soon will. He's one of the most joyful and tenacious learners I have ever met. Anything that challenges him or piques his interest will be zealously researched and practiced on his own time, simply because he wants to learn more about it. Zane has been involved in the 2 plays before this one, but each time, one thing or another kept him from truly being able to take on a challenging role. So this year, it has been exciting to direct him in a main role, and especially in a role as distinct as that of Shakespeare's Benedict. It has been an incredible gift to get to direct him in this show and watch him grow in his already formidable acting abilities. He has approached this role with his characteristic tenacity, curiosity, and thoughtfulness, and I think it has paid dividends. Zane, oh man, last one. Zane, it has been a privilege to know you, teach you, and be taught by you. We here will miss you all. This stage will miss you. And I will miss you. You 4 teachers, each in your own way, and for that privilege there will never be enough thanks that I can offer. So thank you.